Namaste, heroes, and welcome to Soul Horoscope SuperScope Weekly Report. My name is Christopher Witecki. I'm your Sensei to Sirius Joy. Pardon my little absence there. It's my birthday. And I want to say thank you to all the Aries and Aries Risings out there that have posted happy birthdays or sent me happy birthdays. Very grateful. Wonderful outreach. Makes me feel loved. I'm very grateful for that. If you want to say happy birthday to me, I'll tell you how to at the end of the show. I am so grateful for the viewers of this show. So grateful. So this, if you don't know, is a super scope because it is super to hit Aries, Aries Risings, and for those of you who are Venus and Aries lovers, I have a Venus and Aries segment here in the middle of this super scope. And the Rams and all of those step nines are working on manifesting abundance. That's right. You're raising your self-esteem, which I call Soul Capital. And we're moving into Chapter 3 of Soul Capital this week, which is your ability to manifest what you are worth. Now, I always say you cannot draw on $1 million unless you feel like you are worth $1 million. And this is the spiritual work to get you up to that vibration so that there's a twinkle in your eye, and whoever's on the other end of that twinkle goes, I think I will pay more than I was going to before. Now, we still have a traffic jam up there in space. It is with these 4 planets, and it affects you quite heavily. Your home planet Mars, first of all, is retrograde till May 20th, so you and everyone on Earth are building a new ego. Now, we build a new ego probably about every 2 years. It's like, remember the snake that sheds its skin? Well, everyone on Earth sheds their skin every 2 years. But when you're in Aries, that's a big deal, okay? It's everything you are, everything you act on, everything you want to do. And right now, that uncertainty is happening technically with relationships and with long-term partnerships. But on the flip side of that, with Uranus, it means that you have to be stronger, you have to be there for yourself, constant maybe that climb of the uphill battle. So Aries having to become more strong in that regard. Then Pluto on the north end and Jupiter on the south, that is a tug of war between feeling secure and where your career is going and the decisions you make in your career and where you want them to go next. So the one thing that's certain, you'll want to keep moving forward with feeling emotionally secure, which you can do regardless of a paycheck and whatnot. That's the lesson of Jupiter. That's going to start to accelerate this month in a big way. Now, the solar eclipse was to give you a new seed of soul capital this month, and this week it will be a tug of war between maintaining what you're worth and Saturn on the other side of that, drawing boundaries with the literal boundaries of what that means. That means keeping your mouth shut and not bidding more on something, not spending more, holding back, emotionally holding back in certain ways to gain more respect or gain more money or gain more value. So it's that tug of war between emotional boundaries with self that leads to heighten, the lowering or raising of the internal stock market. Now, those boundaries then tie into the whole Jupiter thing. So the universe is literally twisting us out of one shape into another. But it's important for you to know that your inner faith in yourself will heal as you maintain those boundaries and move forward with trying to emotionally be there for yourself. All right? So this week, Mother's Day is pretty strange. On Sunday, May 11th, we have a lot of passion. It's moving into passion. So now you might become passionate about values or passionate about a project. At the same time, Mother's Day is very much about relationships. So all the relationship stuff is going to come to the table. There's a double yod on Sunday that says, hey, focus on your thoughts and your feelings and be mindful of those. All right. So you're moving into a passionate place. On Monday, you might get some turbulence with partners or business partners, but there will likely be some sort of breakthrough and understanding with money and on Tuesday. And then the moon goes full on Wednesday. And on Wednesday, this is where the tug of war between the two sides of yourself come to a head. On one side, there are your feelings about where the lines are. On the other side is where your actual money or manifestation is now, or where your resources are now. Now, I have to say, out of the two, you probably should mind where your emotional boundaries are. This is where if you've done the work to be there for yourself emotionally in the last year and a half, then now that wisdom of where to draw the line will help you with the money. In fact, if you hold out and not give up too soon, then your value increases. No's are what lead to value increases, not the word yes. The word no is what usually leads to a value increase. So things get extremely tense, maybe with negotiation on Wednesday. Then it gets philosophical, it kind of cools off on Thursday, it's less intense. And by Friday, you will have a life purpose understanding or redirection. And that life purpose is heading to career issues. And it's about money, of course, and manifestation, of course. And you're going to have to commit very privately this weekend to where you're going. So this week is about stabilizing your finances, expanding what you know, pruning off the crap with the full moon, getting rid of the unnecessary, then committing to where you want to financially grow. Now, for those of you who love like an Aries and who have Venus in Aries, this is a profound week of change too. Venus will cross over Uranus this week in Aries. So this is going to be a week where you might literally change sort of the way, the sexual vibration or the love vibration that you put out. You literally are putting on a new love coat, if you will. And people, it depends on the gender, but each gender puts out a different kind of scent, if you will, when it comes to sexuality and sensuality. And so this week, it's like, as Venus crosses over Uranus and ends in 15 degrees, there will be a bit of a beauty makeover. So this is actually an excellent week for the salon, any kind of makeover, whatever, because it really is that kind of like beginning of week, end of week, wow, sort of butterfly feeling. So definitely go for that. It's definitely part of your allure. And what's interesting, though, is actually what you act on or don't act on. So one little test of the week for Venus and Aries people is that you don't want to go for something you've had or don't really want. You want to hold back. Ironically, that would add to your value, right? And your value building. So if you'd like to know how the whole month turns out, I do record the whole month in a 30-minute Megascope monthly. It's also available now in MP3 if you want to listen. They're now reduced to $11.11. If you buy 2, you get the 3rd free. So you can look at your rising sign, your Venus, all that stuff. It's very powerful and it keeps me on the air. I thank you in advance for those purchases. If you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube rather, do us a favor and please subscribe to our channel. But if you're on Facebook, that's where I posted my birthday card. So come on down to Facebook and say, hey, happy birthday, and sign it. I love it. That way I'll get to see your face too. It's kind of cool. So Rams, thank you so much. I'm very grateful. I'm feeling what you felt last month with your birthday. It's starting to feel good. 2014 is really a refreshing year after you have your birthday, isn't it? And is it me, or are we the only signs that get excited about our birthday? I mean, the summer signs, like from us to the end of the summer, everyone's all around. But the winter birthday people, it's like, it's your birthday? And they're like, yeah, yesterday. It's like, really? You didn't even tell me. But it's just like, I noticed that. Something I was thinking about with Aries earlier. So have a fabu week, and I'll see you in 7 days. Namaste. Live, love, be.
Soul